Well, it says I'm live. That's an improvement, I suppose. Hi, chat. It's me, Jackie. Long time no see, right? You're gonna have to forgive the fact that I don't have a lot of my stuff set up anymore because, well, yeah, that's gonna be a little bit before I get all that back right. So, sorry, guys. I am desperately working on it. I swear. God, I feel like nasally congested and shit. I'm not feeling this. We'll change music real quick. But yeah, hi. I'm back. I'm me. I'm alive. I'm not dead. I may also stream later tonight, but that'll be a little different. I'm working on getting all my stuff back the way it's supposed to. I don't really care about that. Channel. Hi. I gotta share stuff so people actually stop being on my case. You know how it goes. It's so weird. It's so very weird. Because I hear myself. And I don't like it. Oh shit, I did not mean to do that. Oops. No. I always screw up. Uh, God, if you had a thing for being the most unprofessional person in the world, that would be me right now. You know? I'm not very professional at all. Okay. Chat's back up. I've copied that. Alright, so I suppose we should start off now that I've, did shit. Like, seriously. Now that I'm retiring from being a V-tweeter again. Hi guys, I'm Jaggy, and I am proud to say, welcome to my community. We listen to a lot of video game remixes for some reason. I don't know why. They just make me happy. Today's caffeine of note is... That wasn't funny, I hope. today's caffeine of note is an Alani Nu. Because why the fuck not? You may notice the VTuber model is having a little bit of glitch issues. That is because I'm using a lot different software than I used to use. I am using a lot of new things and still configuring a lot of things, so a lot of my panels and stuff have disappeared, and I am sorry about that. I figure I'll give you the quick updates real quick. The Derailed podcast will be back soon. We're just working out time slots and issues with people. And with that being said, there's some other things that I'm going to be introducing in the near future. Anyways, with that all said and done, all of the announcements, all of the bullshit, and all of the stupidity, what we know about the deadly shooting at a Michigan Mormon church. Yep, guys, we're going to be talking about this guy. We're going to be seeing what we can find out, what we know, and what speculation. This, of course, comes from AP News, the almost trusted source in news information. What we know about the deadly guy, you know, because we got to know some things. It's a nice trailer. Are these... Okay, that's just the police that did it. At least 100 federal investigators are responding to an attack on a Michigan community where a former Marine crashed a pickup into a Mormon church during a Sunday service, shot into the building, and set it on blaze. Now, we here condemn all forms of violence. It is not worth, dude. Don't be committing the violence. Don't be doing the crimes. No crime zones, guys. Do not crime. The police chief said officers were on the scene within 30 seconds after a 911 call and eventually fatally shot the man who exchanged gunfire. By at least then, 4 people were killed and 8 injured. It was also there was also one that happened like 24 hours beforehand that was well, it was a man on a boat who also happened to be a Marine. Anyways, we don't need to keep going into who this guy is. This guy has been plastered everywhere. But what we know is he's Thomas Jacob Stanford, 40, from a nearby small town. He served in the Marines from 2004 to 2008. That means he did one 4-year stint, including 7 months in Iraq, focusing on vehicle operations and maintenance. He was discharged at the rank of sergeant, according to records released by the Marine Corps. What is not known: the motive for the attack. Who the fuck knows? The total number of victims. We're hoping it's 40? We don't know! Basically, all of this is still under investigation. But as things update and get known, it was the 3rd mass shooting in less than 24 hours. Interesting. But the thing is there's not like a lot known about it right now. Nobody actually knows what's going on. Just that the dude decided to go a little bit crazy and, you know, probably shouldn't have. Absolutely probably shouldn't have. Ugh, I hate fucking bots, dude. But yeah, no. President Donald Trump has authorized the deployment of troops to Portland, Oregon on September 27th. That was 2 days ago. The deployment follows months of protests at the local. Yep. For those of you who are not in the know, war ravaged Portland has been a thing for a very long time. A lot of people evacuating Portland. Hell yeah. But Kotek Raphael sue over federal troops in Portland. Portland, Oregon, continuing a unified front. Oregon Gov. Tina Kotek and the Attorney General Dan Rayfield and Portland Mayor Keith Wilson held a joint press to announce new litigation following President Trump's announcement that he would deploy federal troops to Portland. Interesting. So they're suing the federal government over deploying troops to Portland. You know, a place that's been in fucking turmoil forever and hasn't been doing very good as of late. Earlier Sunday, the Secretary of Defense sent a memo authorizing two. The president is either purposely ignoring the reality on the ground in Portland to score political points, or at best recklessly relying upon social media gossip. Yeah, no, we've all seen the pictures and all of the shit about Portland, dude. Like, seriously, Portland is a hell zone. In fact, I'm fairly certain that if I pick this up, I can probably find live streams on various social media networks. We'll just go with Kick. Kick works. Nothing? Okay. Nothing? What about Twitch? I hate using Twitch. Twitch hates me. But, you know, it's the nature of the beast. I don't want Portland zombie Twitch. I want news happening. I want live footage of Portland. Yeah. Like I said. I don't like there's anything going on in Portland right yet. We can watch some exploring London in the background. Just some blokes exploring London. Look at that. Discovering Japan. Unpack with me. Yeah, no. There don't seem to be anything going on in Portland right this second. But anybody that knows anything about Portland, Oregon knows that it is a fucking shithole. It is garbage. And I'm not afraid to say that. I mean, I don't really give a fuck what you think, man. But Portland, Oregon is a shithole and is failing at everything it's meant to do. It's bad when the federal government has to come in, step in, and fix your problems, and you're still upset about it. Look at that. Look at these proud anti-fascist members of a domestic terrorist group. Look at them. Look at them cope and seethe. Look at them. Hold on. Hold on. We'll full screen this so that we can comment. Look at these people. Look at them. They're all idiots. They've all been brainwashed by a system designed to completely fuck your brains. And it's not even a good system, honestly. Once you start thinking about it, you kind of don't want to. Anyways, I don't know what he's thinking. We have zero details. This is un-American. Wow. In America, we don't use our United States military on our own citizens except in extreme circumstances. It is actually un-American if you think about it, to use the military against your own citizens. But what exactly is happening right now across your... They are trying so hard. But at the same time, American citizens' lives are actually hugely in danger in Portland, which is why the military was sent in the first place. It's why they released the military, you know? Because it's a dangerous situation, and we don't need this dangerous situation. What happened to my music? Why you stop? Bad. Stop. Stop stopping music. My music stopped, and you could hear me how sick I actually am. Fuck. I don't know what I'll do now. Uh, Sure, we'll do this. But yeah, no, that's just my opinion. When you start putting people into, yeah, no, I'm not feeling that. It's great, but I'm not doing anything that would really do that any good, you know? Like this. Find something. That'll work. Yeah, wrong button. Wrong button. Do that. Getting all nice and jazzy. Yay. But yes, no, when it comes down to it, a lot of people don't realize that if you keep putting American lives in danger, you're really a problem. And that we need to protect our American lives. So, yeah, no. Sorry, I disagree with this whole premise. God, my stomach's killing me today. Why do I have X open? We covered that and that. I feel like now that we're on to the advanced rounds of things, where I am seemingly having enough energy to not exist today. God, my nose is sore. And I will be working on a lot of my streaming stuff now that I've got the computer running a lot better than it was. EA sold Saudi Arabia, its Trump's son-in-law, for 55 billion. Oh, dear God. Say it isn't true. The rumors were true that Electron said it sold itself in 55 billion deal. EA sold itself to an investor consortium made up of Saudi Arabia's Public Interest Fund, Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners, and the private equity firm Lake. EA said the all-cash deal positions accelerate innovation to growth and build the future of entertainment. EA CEO Andrew Wilson is still on board as CEO. The investor consortium will take over 100% of EA. The PIF has already a 9.9 stake in EA prior to this deal. 210%. That is a good day. They're getting 210 per share in cash as part of the deal. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You should have bought EA stock when it was down, guys. But it is what it is. A part of the deal is being funded by 20 billion in debt financing. That's a lot of debt. People are already wondering and worrying about cost-cutting measures. It remains to be seen. However, if EA is under new ownership, it may undergo. So this it is likely that a number of staffers are waking up to their Monday morning discover that they went down. Is in the best interest of our company. He added that this actually sounds like it may help EA in the long run, especially if it's somebody that actually pays attention and wants the company to get back on its feet financially. However, it is still a boomer. And boomers don't tend to actually know much, if anything, about how things are going. You know, they don't tend to really give a fuck, which is fair, completely understandable. But you know, it is what it happens. And a lot of people don't realize that for whatever reason, we live in a society where, you know, money talks. Do I expect good things out of EA in the near future? No, I actually don't. I do not expect good things out of EA in the near future. Do I expect things out of EA to improve? No, not really. That would be optimistic of me, and I'm not a very optimistic person. The cost cutting concerns, EA's got a lot of fat. It is a company full of a lot of fat. But hey, it is what it is. And we're doing a lot of quickfire rounds here because, well, I can't be asked not to. But I am hoping that the EA buyout actually improves things, you know? It is still not a done deal, to be sure, that it was announced today, yada yada yada. But we all kind of knew about it, so uh, we knew what was going on. What else is. And yes, I use ground news. You can kiss my ass. Eric Adams dropped out of the New York City memorial race. Honestly, when it comes to New York, it is for communists and a pedophile. Trump asked Supreme Court to hear bid to restrict birthright citizenship. Cool. I'm all for that. Omaha police, ticket boxing champ. I don't know why that's a huge deal. Trump's big bill is prompting. I highly doubt that our government's going to shut down. I know that's been a big thing and it's been pushed everywhere, but I highly doubt it because, you know, it'll be one of those last minute backroom deals, like it always fucking is. It is always some 1 minute backroom deal. And I don't really care because half of the shit they say about this stuff is just, ugh. The 100% tariff on foreign made movies. Yes, because we need to save Hollywood in California. Ugh. Suspect in Charlie Kirk assassination faces court hearing. That's cool. New Zealand breaks away from the Commonwealth and decides to refuse recognizing the Palestinian state. That is probably one of the weirdest things I've heard out of New Zealand in a while. But they do not recognize the Palestinian statehood, which is great. Which is great because the UK, Canada, apparently both do. And I think Australia does. I'm not 100% sure. But I am. New Zealand and Croatia. I am proud of both of these countries. I'm just looking for the right one because a lot. I don't. I am not logging into your shitty website. Go away. But I am proud to say that New Zealand is being interesting. Thank you, New Zealand. Yeah, that'll never happen. Former Wisconsin Democratic Economic Deployment. NASA chief announces plan to build lunar village by 2035. I want it, but I doubt it's going to actually happen. Mr. Beast. Eh. I would care if it didn't say Chinese, which normally means that there is, things. I don't care about the 10 miles of new barrier alongside San Diego, Mexico border. That whole border needs to be fucking tighter than, well, mass federal agents support patrol downtown Chicago. You love to see it, boys. You love to see it. Federal and that's right. Federal troops arrive in downtown Chicago as racist mayor rages. Leftist leaders in the Windy City have found themselves fomenting fear as law and order has descended upon Michigan Ave in order. Okay, shit. I am so happy that this is happening, Because it means that America's finally healing, guys. America's finally healing. And it is an amazing thing. Like, oh my god, so amazing. So true, bestie, so true. Uh but look at this shit. Downtown Chicago and nobody's getting shot. People are standing there taking pictures of the federal troops and nobody's being shot. I love to see shit like this. We need to control these cities. We need to get them back under control so that we can advance as a society. Call me what I want. Call you what you want. I don't care. This is working. I hope it continues to work. Anyways, I know I said that I was going to read and drink caffeine. I have been reading and drinking caffeine for like 30 minutes. And my tummy is a little upset. But you will be proud to know that there's other ways you can do things for me. Fuck. Okay. I had a little bit of a soft crash there. That's sad. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. It's a sad day. It's a sad everything. But yes, it is what it is, and it is what it isn't. Anyways, I'll be back later tonight, guys. I hope you all have a good one. I really can't find anything else of interest right now. Uh, Sorry for the lambast. Fast-paced content. But tonight will be a little bit longer with probably more people to talk to.